the Miami Dolphins. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, 10 logo. Watch the screen. Pass. Shoot. Ready.
On first down, it's Waters. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Second and 9 now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Check 43. Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
On third down, Waters. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on third and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Back to throw. Herbert. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Right back to him on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 14. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
57 to Mike.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Ready?
Throwing it on 3rd and long. Herbert going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal, a 35-yard attempt.
And the kick by Butker is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A good pickup there on 1st as a screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. It's Waters, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. After one, it's 9-0.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Check 55, come on. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the buses.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's about what you would expect, since they're so efficient on picking up third downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset. And I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up with a very good clip.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go! Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Get that play!
From the gun, Herbert. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Right there in the middle, 55. I got one. One, Omaha. Switch. 11. Mike 55, Mike. Protein spill.
Now Joe Mixon. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
65. 21. Hey, Delta.
Garoppolo on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Squeeze, double. 21. Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He gets it to Cooks. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
Garoppolo now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship, watch the ship.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Check 15, check 15. I got this.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 95 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Hey, Alpha. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo. That's complete to Cooks. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
65. Hey, Zoo. 55. Hey, eat.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Garoppolo now, 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Wait. Hey, foxtrot.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
11. Hey, team 6. Hey, watch the slant.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. A Miami first down and a 14-yard pickup.
15 yards.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Dancing. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
He's not going to get me.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hey, take your side step back there. Side step back there.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll try the left side. Waters. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Here we go.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
21.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, they've been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Hey, high 7.
Garoppolo again here on second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Hey, switch gears. 1, Omaha. Kill. 13. I got this.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the slack. 12, fellas, here we go. Kill. 61, matchbox, light, man.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Hey, wahoo! 58 to Mike, 58.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed.
Here we go.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Here's a run with Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
You draw Porter. Lock. 55, Mike.
Garoppolo now on third and goal. And he's got it. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call. Had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery, and the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go. Go. Hey, watch this. Watch this.
Go. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Waters. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. Waters. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Slam. Leo.
On 2nd down. It's Waters, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Come on, set. 60 yards.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down. Waters, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
At their own 11-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
And a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
Well, this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not under pressure again, and down he goes. Again.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
It's third down.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long?
Check 13. Check 13.
21, 21.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, gun.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
White. 21. Here we go. Go ahead.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Now Garoppolo. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jay Sternberger, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Time to go, night.
To throw is Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Down. 70. Indy.
Right there. They can't hang with us.
5.
On first down, it's Waters. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 47-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
So don't say nothing. Watch it. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. Got you. I got you, son. Let's go. Short out. Crunch. Crunch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Waters. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Kamara. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
That's the way. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
12, fellas. Here we go. Hey, echo.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. You go, night.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And Callaway taking it in left side.
Here we go.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! 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 Boy!
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Making the catch is Sternberger. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Waters. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Dolphins, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get an extra week to think about it, as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.